You said in order to do that, I have to provide you a handwritten statement claiming that I was going to spend the rest of my life crying out loud from the rooftop. So he's telling that he did receive the message. He did understand what I wanted him to do. I was going to spend the rest of my life crying out loud from the rooftop to everybody about how truthful you are, and that I'm a true believer now that you were the true sent Elijah. And that I'm a true believer now that you were the true sent Elijah, but I told you that was an evil thing to ask of me, don't you think, Arlene? No, I don't think that's an evil thing. To take an oath. The scriptures clearly say that what you are asking me to do is evil, Arlene. And then he's giving me the verse about do not make an oath. And then he's giving me the verse about do not make an oath.
And this is concerning that email I sent you where I was telling you that I had hoped for you that this was the year that you and your cousin were going to come together. But as soon as I went silent, you started telling people that I told you that I believed that this was the year. And you just took it to a whole new level from there all on your own. And you started telling everybody that I'd been kidnapped.
Is it Jonathan Clegg that stole and binded the strong man over the house and kidnapped, stole the voice, and then used to display somebody else's message?
And then you had your sidekick Martha telling you that I was dead.
And I talked to my friend Samuel about this, and then I asked him if he thinks that it's Gene that is doing this. And my friend Samuel, he answered me, Gene is dead. And my friend Samuel, he answered me, Gene is dead. The way he answered me to my question when I asked him, do you think it's Gene that is doing it undercover or using another account? And then Samuel, my friend Samuel, he told me that's the answer he gave to me. He said Gene is dead. That's the answer he gave to me. He said Gene is dead. And not talking about the future, but about the past, meaning that he believed that he's no longer able to speak for himself, or that he's locked up. I don't know, but the answer from my friend Samuel when I asked him, what do you think about this? And then I explained to him about this battle between hope and belief. If it's hope, then it's not belief, and so it's merely hoping for something to be nice. And I explained that to my friend Samuel, and I asked him, what do you think is become of this? Is it Gene? And he said to me, Gene is dead. And he said to me, Gene is dead.
So Jonathan, how exactly do you think Samuel received word that I was dead? Because it sure didn't sound like it was a prophecy, because from what you were saying in your video, Gene had already been eliminated. It wasn't something that was going to happen, according to Samuel, but that it had already somehow happened. And you pretty much took it as gospel too, didn't you, Jonathan? Because you sure didn't seem to have a problem with repeating it over and over throughout these past months, have you? You know, Jonathan, I can see that Samuel seems to be a good, close friend to you. Yeah, he might take advantage of you by having you work for him without pay for all this time. But like you said, that he was a good sounding board for you when you were wanting to talk about your cousin and whatever else you had going on. So yes, I can see Samuel as being your good friend, Jonathan. But from what I've been able to gather from everything I've seen and heard him do, there's no way in the world that I would support the idea that he's any kind of prophet at all. A good friend of yours, yes. But the idea that the very spirit of the prophet Samuel is now working through this Samuel, I can't get on board with that. I'm alive, Jonathan. Me, Gene. I'm alive. So once again, that would make all of you incorrect.